Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Now it's time for the nation's sharpest opinion. Now, all kinds of things are being said about what happened in Jharkhand, but nobody, I can think of absolutely not a single sensible person who has said that Hemant Soren and the JMM government has not carried out the worst of corruption. The interesting thing in all these cases, including the land for jobs scam that Lalu and his son face, or the Hemant Soren scam, is that actually there is no denial of the fact that corruption took place. There is almost an acceptance of guilt. The only question now is about timing and why. So what it boils down to is this, ladies and gentlemen. You have the entire opposition saying, so what if he was corrupt? So what if there was a scam? So what if there's documented evidence of the scam? So what if his direct role is known? And therefore, when I say it's time for the nation's sharpest opinion tonight, the point that I want to make, ladies and gentlemen, that the headline of the day that the India Alliance is making is that their chief ministers, one of their chief ministers, is in custody for an act of corruption. And the MLAs, despite a very, very solid apparent majority, are getting hoarded in charter planes and getting flown off to Hyderabad resorts. Why do they need to do that? If they feel nothing's wrong, if they're not going to break up, what are these chartered planes for? Headlines too is that out of the apparently solid majority that Hemant Soren party has, only 4 MLAs were on board the first charter. So you got a plane, you got the money, you know where you got to go, but nobody's willing to go with it. Other 45 whereabouts of the other MLAs are still under scrutiny. Nobody knows where they are. They've all gone missing, and this is the reality. When the Chief Minister was asked to appear, he came to Delhi and disappeared. Now the CM-to-be, Champai Soren, has been asked to show his claim that he has a majority, and yet just 4 people are on the plane, ladies and gentlemen, to Hyderabad, where the flock will be protected from poaching, we are told. But, ladies and gentlemen, beyond this disarray, I have a larger concern. One, is it about the scale of corruption that the sitting Chief Minister of Jharkhand may have undertaken? A land scam with crores of rupees and an entire India Alliance led by Priyanka Vadra cheering Hemant Soren as he waves in the air in custody for the cameras. My concern about the India Alliance, from the Soren episode to the way Kejriwal is handling Liquorgate, is how unfettered they are to the allegations of corruption. How sad. Look at what Arvind Kejriwal has come down to. Who'd imagine Arvind Kejriwal would be in a scam himself, possible mastermind, protecting Hemant Soren? After all the promise of 2011, this is what it has come down to. This bleak strategy to brush off everything is a strategy going nowhere, because corruption is and will be an issue for India in the longer term. Arvind Kejriwal thought he could come to power on the issue of corruption and then tell people, forget about corruption, because I'm going to move on to other things. People have not forgotten Mr. Kejriwal. My second concern is about leadership. The moment Soren was arrested, the entire party is on the brink of crumbling. A government is falling to pieces, because with the leader in the dock, there is no party, there is no unity. We see the exact same thing in Maharashtra and to some degree in Bihar and now in Jharkhand. Let me make a prediction for Bihar. The RJD will fall apart, ladies and gentlemen, if Lalu Prasad or any of his other children, or other of the co-accused are arrested in the land for jobs scam all again. If Tejasvi goes to jail, the RJD will fall apart. So the larger concern I have is the one that is faced by several of these regional stalwarts, because their cadre is not driven by ideology but by sheer political opportunism. My third concern is on the style of resort politics playing out, and why the governor is not calling for an immediate floor test. In my view, he ought to. The governor owes it to the electorate, because instability goes nowhere. It's a big story. We have a big debate, ladies and gentlemen. Quick recap first.
After skipping 9 summons, ED questions and arrest ex-CM Hemant Soren.
Documents exclusively accessed by Republic TV show that the former Chief Minister of Jharkhand, Hemant Soren, had illegally acquired 8.5 acres. According to the Enforcement Directorate, this was done in connivance with the Revenue Sub-Inspector. So much so, documents were also forged. Enforcement Directorate also maintains that a property worth about 20 crore rupees was sold off for just about 7 crore rupees.
With Soren crying foul play.
कोर्ट में जा रहा हूं, लेकिन मुझे नहीं लगता है कि मुझे इतना वक्त मिलेगा, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि व्यवस्थाएं देश के अंदर किस तरीके से चलती हैं। आज एक लोकप्रिय सरकार, एक आदिवासी अपने ताकत के बल पर जीतकर सरकार बनाकर राज्य की जनता का सेवा कर रहा था। आज लगता है ये वक्त अब मेरे लिए खत्म हो रहा है।
The BJP has hit out at Hemant Soren over serious graft charges.
हर जगह एक न एक किंग पिन है। कहीं कोई आईएएस ऑफिसर है, कहीं कोई माइनिंग सेक्रेटरी है, कहीं कोई आपका रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है, और स्कैम पर स्कैम हुए चले जा रहे हैं। मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग, पैसे आ रहे हैं, तो जांच नहीं होनी चाहिए क्या? निश्चित होनी चाहिए।
The arrest forcing Hemant to quit as a CM and his aide Champai stalking claim.
सरकार बनाने के लिए नेता किया जाए, इसके लिए हम गया था।
सर, अब तक शपथ लेंगे राज्यपाल से क्या बात हुई है चंपाई जी?
हमने कहा कि नया सरकार बना के जल्दी पहल किया जाए।
In neighboring Bihar, Indi's Lalu and Tejaswi under ED scrutiny in land for job scam.
हम लोग तो केस मुकदमा झेल ही रहे, सीबीआई ईडी। हम कहते हैं सीबीआई ईडी अब एजेंसियां नहीं रहेगी, अब वो बीजेपी के अलायंस पार्टनर बन करके रह गए हैं, बस उनको फायदा पहुंचाने के लिए, उनके इशारों पे चलने के लिए।
AAP's Kejriwal big on ED radar over in Delhi liquor policy case.
मेरे वकीलों ने मुझे बताया कि ये समन गैर कानूनी है। क्यों गैर कानूनी है? ये मैंने इनको विस्तार से लिख के भेजा है। मैंने बताया है कि उनके समन कैसे गैर कानूनी है, लेकिन उन्होंने मेरी एक भी बात का जवाब नहीं दिया। इसका मतलब उनके पास मेरी बातों का जवाब नहीं है। इसका मतलब वे भी मानते हैं कि उनका नोटिस गैर कानूनी है। क्या मुझे एक गैर कानूनी समन का पालन करना चाहिए? अगर कानूनी रूप से सही समन आएगा तो मैं पूरा सहयोग करूंगा।
Many top India leaders in the limelight over corruption.
Faced with the kind of evidence that ED had, Hemant Soren had no option but to resign ahead of his arrest. Similarly, investigations are picking up pace in the lands for job scam. In all these cases, investigations began only after local administrations or police filed complaints. Yet, politicization continues no ends.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister is delivering his promise.
मैं आपके बीच में से पल करके बड़ा हुआ हूं, तो आज मैं भी एक गारंटी देना चाहता हूं। अगर उनकी घोटाले की गारंटी है, तो मोदी की भी एक गारंटी है, और मेरी गारंटी है हर घोटालेबाज पर कार्रवाई की गारंटी, हर चोर लुटेरे पर कार्रवाई की गारंटी।
From National Herald to the liquor policy case, can craft tented indie take on BJP? Let's debate.